Alright, ladies and gentlemen, buckle your seatbelts because this video is gonna be... I'm legitimately mad recording this video right now, okay? People think me yelling at the game while I'm playing is me mad. No. This recording right now, you can guarantee that I am absolutely tilted off the face of the planet. That is because DICE has tweeted arguably some of the worst changes ever made to a Battlefield game today, and I am not exaggerating in the slightest. For whatever reason, completely unbeknownst to me, DICE today decided to tweet that they are going to make some massive gunplay changes, specifically to the way recoil looks, but that's not all, because this goes far deeper than they're actually explaining, and I will hopefully be able to convey that to you in this video in a coherent manner. So without further ado, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's get into these horrifically awful gunplay changes. Allow me to just hit you guys up front with one of the worst paragraphs I have ever read in my entire life. This is from Battlefield Bulletin. Quote, DICE has also pointed out that visual recoil improvements don't have 0% effect on where bullets go, but spread is not being removed. It's a mix of between recoil shown and visual recoil, where bullets will match where your weapon/reticle is aiming at, but sometimes they won't. End quote. Are we kidding? Are we joking? DICE, tell me this is like some sort of misscheduled April Fool's joke. What are we talking about right now? Why are you making changes to gunplay this far into the game? Bullets will match where your weapon/reticle is aiming at, and sometimes they won't? What is the point of the sight then? What are we using the sight for? You might as well just rip it off your gun. And may I point out that not a single person asked for any of these changes? Not a single person, okay? The gunplay, yeah, it was kind of mediocre, but the entire game's mediocre, right? No one was asking for any of these changes, but that's not even the worst of it. I only read you a small tidbit of what we're getting into this video. Apparently, their goal with these changes is to increase the punchy and powerful feel of weapons, and there will be more visual emphasis on the weight and power of a weapon while you're aiming down sights. And DICE want to increase the immersive experience, because obviously, guys, Battlefield 2042 is just so immersive already, right? Allow me to read it directly from the Battlefield Communication Twitter. Quote, as we get closer to the reveal of Season 7, we wanted to begin touching upon some key gameplay changes set to take place. First up is weapon recoil. Take a look below to see how assault rifles, SMGs, and LMGs will be feeling different in the upcoming season. With Season 7, we wanted weapons to feel more unique and powerful when it comes to firing them. As such, we've made changes to how visual recoil is handled within the game and tuned them to the vision for each weapon. Similar to the work that had taken place with Season 5 and camera sprint motion, these changes will be more noticeable to some of you, and to others, not so noticeable. It's an effort to create a more vivid firing experience, which will provide more visual emphasis on the weight and power of a weapon as you fire whilst aiming down sights. Going forward, we hope these changes will provide a distinct character to each weapon's gameplay and visual expectation, while also ramping up the immersive experience without impacting gameplay viability. End quote. Now, that might not sound bad, right? Until you actually see the changes. They have essentially just made it so the weapons feel worse. I'm just going to be straight up honest with you. I don't even need to play the update to promise you that this will feel worse than it does right now. Because remember, ladies and gentlemen, the game's mouse input and controller input is still broken. The game's movement is still mushy and imprecise. And now, the weapons will not be as precise or as predictable as before with the same spread. So all they've done is make the game feel worse. These changes, as far as I can understand them, essentially allow the weapon sight itself, to deviate from your point of aim, which is typically your screen center. And it's not a small deviation. It's actually going to be a substantial deviation from screen center, on top of the fact that they're spread in the game, and who knows what else they did to animations. Oh, and by the way, DICE also wants to tell you that there is no consistency between weapon types. No, ladies and gentlemen, this system will be different for every single weapon in the game. So you're going to have to individually learn each weapon's annoying characteristics as you play them. There is no consistency. Absolutely none. And you know what just ticks me off a lot? they got so close, right? They were correct in stating that the gunplay needs some more punch. But you know how you give the gunplay more punch? Not by changing the recoil or the visual aspect of the recoil. No, that's not what you do because no one asked for that. What you do is you address the weapon audio, which people have complained about since the launch of the game. You want the weapons to feel punchier? Make shooting a fucking 7.62x54R Dragunov sound like you're shooting a tank cannon, all right? That's what people want. People want that audible sort of heft to the gameplay. Don't touch recoil and the visual aspect of recoils. What, 2 years into the game? Once again, no one asked for this. Their direction on this is totally misguided, and whoever is working on this is completely incompetent. And yes, if you're wondering, I will be doing extensive testing with these changes when they drop in Season 7. Turn notifications on for that video because you're not going to want to miss that. That is going to be A+ tier entertainment because I'm going to do tests that I bet the devs didn't even think about. What about the jumping animations while aiming down sights? What do they look like? Because they didn't show the jumping animations in the videos they showed us here. And because each weapon is different, there are going to be some weapons that are barely affected and other weapons that I'd be willing to bet are nearly completely unusable as a result of this. And now let's delve into some direct developer comments via Battlefield Bulletin. Quote, visual weapon recoil differences will be more present regardless of which scope you are using. And in terms of reticle shake, some weapons might bob up and down or rotate around the reticle a little less. Others will be more stable pitch-wise, but shake or rotate more. So again, dude, every single gun is going to feel completely different. And that might sound great to you guys, but we need consistency and predictability in gameplay. And if every single weapon acts different and there isn't a consistent and predictable way to actually counteract how these weapons perform so you can control them properly, then I don't know what they're doing. And let's not forget a statement that I made previously in this video. Your weapon's reticle may or may not represent where you're actually fucking shooting. So imagine that, but different for every single weapon. Dude, this is going to destroy the gunplay of this game. Mark my words. This needs to be reverted. It needs to be reverted. I promise you, I need you guys to trust me. This is going to feel terrible. The mouse input and controller input and just generally aiming in this game already feels bad. These changes are not good for gameplay. And you know what the worst part about it is? In this screenshot that Battlefield Bulletin posted, the developer that is supposedly working on this, he seems super excited about this, which means he doesn't even fucking realize that this is terrible and no one asked for it. It's just like, why do they make these massive gameplay changes so deep into the game's life cycle when nobody asked for it? Not a single person was complaining about this. So that is going to wrap it up for this video, guys. I will be doing extensive testing on my stream and on my YouTube channel, so please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button. I'm gonna deliver you the most honest opinion I can possibly on this gunplay when I test it. My initial thoughts on paper is this will actually completely destroy how this game feels. This is totally unnecessary. Nobody asked for it, and it doesn't even seem like the developers truly understand how useless and how unwarranted these changes actually are. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Follow the Twitch stream, first link in the description. Again, I will be testing that, so yeah. Let's just see how this is when it comes out. But on paper, not good. Thank you guys for watching.